I'm driving through the burn zone here. There's just rubble and debris, destruction everywhere. Cars up on Panorama Drive, both sides. Trees are still standing, which is remarkable. Houses are gone. So it's going to be a lot of property cleanup work. Man, so much destruction. Loss. Fireplace is still standing, occasional homes still standing. Amazing. We're going to look at a former customer's property here on Panorama Drive, and they lost their home, so we're going to look at our first one, property cleanup. Let's see where it goes from there. We do need to get our hazardous waste hauling certifications if we wanted to do the hauling ourselves, but we're thinking it'd probably be best to sub that portion out and work with a company that's already doing the hauling and is already certified for the hazardous waste hauling designation. So here we are pulling up to, oh, this is us. I just passed it. This is our rock work. Still standing. The culvert melted out. Pretty amazing. You know, rocks that are weathered and, you know, river rocks, for example, like I've done sweat lodges and whatnot, and you don't typically use these rocks that have been soaked in the river and soaked in water because they'll pop and break apart from the moisture in them. Yeah. So that's interesting, because had these been totally dry rocks, they might not have had that cracking.
Okay.
But let's see. I mean, yeah, I think the overdig, you know, we'll typically overdig by about 2 feet or so. So, okay. I mean, we could leave a good portion of this, but some of them, you know, have some staining and whatnot anyways, and we could, but, you know, they might be sandblasted. They're going to grow moss eventually as well, and the longer they sit there. Okay. So just making some notes. This tree will want to come out, hey? This tree as well. And this will all need to be over excavated. All the concrete here will need to be removed. The concrete, I believe we may be able to haul the concrete. I don't know if there is any sort of way of drawing a line between hazardous versus non-hazardous, because if we could somehow isolate the concrete for the haul away, that's something we may be able to haul. Not that that necessarily concerns you, but just thinking out loud. But yeah, it looks like about, and then it's a concrete floor, correct, as well?
A slab, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna guesstimate about 10 dump trucks roughly of concrete. And in terms of debris, we got trees, all this debris plus a couple inches of soil or surrounding the perimeter of the house by at least, 10 feet. For all the debris that's fallen and leached into the soil a little bit. So probably take out, 2 to 6 inches of soil roughly and hauled away. That's probably gonna be another 6 to 7 trucks plus all this debris. That tree up there, that tree there. These log steps here. This shed, this old shed there. And then, yeah, for the over excavation, and this is Nick Farrington's house. I was thinking we have a nice finished patio slab out here in the back, and we could essentially, I think it's worth, cleaning it all up and having a look and just seeing if we can have a look at this and do a saw cut along the back edge of this nice finished patio that's really, it's buried, you can't see it, but it is under there, and we can clean all this debris up and then do a nice saw cut about 18 inches off of the wall, and then do an excavated trench for this lower foundation wall. And this is all iron here, so we'll look into recycling as much, if any, of this iron and metal that we can. There's a nice big I-beam in there, as well as one right there. So, and then there's the neighbor's property. So is this the other neighbor that was
there's
considered?
1, 2, 3, 4 that we're trying to get together and maybe get an efficiency out of it.
Yeah.
He had brought a person in yesterday
to look.
And they were calling it a rebate. Like, basically we pay the insurance money to you, and then if we can get so many on the same street, then they get like a 10% discount or something like that. So I told Todd I'll mention that to you so that you have the same opportunity to figure out whatever works. But,
cool.
But yeah, we're hoping we could take a look here, and then 2 across the street, and then that neighbor there.
Okay, cool.
Trying to salvage something to extremely hot that took this out. Oh, okay. So the houses though. So Todd's last name is Nash.
Okay.
And that's this house.
Yep.
I don't know.
Jorge.
Chad,
I remember that. I haven't met them too much.
the Bakers are the next one,
Okay.
and Chad has his number, but they
Okay.
were renting it to some friends that had been in there. He was like the linebacker coach at CU.
Oh, cool.
So the owners aren't actually here.
I see.
They're in Denver,
Okay.
but the Bakers know them, and then the Chadwicks are the neighbors here.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3,
4, 5.
4, and then 5.
Yeah.
And
I can call Uni and see if they're interested, but
Okay.
they may not be. They're leaving California, and she's really kind of hard to understand. She doesn't really get it, and she's Chinese. But she
Okay.
get the whole process.
Right. So this is the Chadwicks.
yeah, Chadwicks are here on the right, and they were total. I mean, everything.
Yeah.
The trees though all look pretty decent.
Okay.
I mean, a few scorch marks on
Yeah.
cottonwood, but
It looks like that could survive.
now the footprint. That one is huge,
Okay.
so you'll want to go get a closer
Look at all
look.
that steel.
Yeah, a lot of steel.
It was a big house.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
That one, the footprint's not that bad, but I mean, going there, Chad had an arborist come, and he knows which ones to take out. I think
Okay.
it should be pretty evident. He just hasn't come and marked them yet.
Okay.
But he does want to try to keep the pavers,
Okay.
so that he knows there'll have to be some overhead. He doesn't even know what the layout's going to be
Okay. On the new
on
the new build.
house.
Yeah.
But by the time
By the time it all gets
remove
cleaned
stuff,
up,
maybe he'll know.
he'll have a vision.
But he has this whole patio in the back that's all this paver work. I mean, tons of paver work.
So he wants to preserve I wonder the installation as well, or just pull everything up and set it aside.
I imagine
wonder.
that.
Yeah. Then
And
take
I will
these
get
trees
you
down.
his contact info so
Okay.
that you can
Chat it through with him.
chat through with him
Okay.
specifically. But he wants to keep the fountain
Yeah. In place as well.
in place.
Yeah. Okay.
But as far as this, he said all of this is going to obviously have to be redone.
Okay.
But other than that, there's really nothing tricky about across the street. Or even here, they'd probably want all the dead trees pulled around the perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
Did the solar panels survive?
Yeah,
They did.
solar panels survived. They, he said, definitely leave those.
Yeah.
But you can see you had a shed right here,
Yep.
the trampoline. Some,
Yeah. A decent number of these trees look like they
Yeah.
took
this
it
was
on
like
the
a
chin.
haven in here that was just
Really
so
pretty.
cool
Yeah.
with all the tree growth,
Yeah. You can kind of
and
see
it
it.
just destroyed it.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'll
But
I mean, it looks fine to me.
yeah, and these blocks, I just want to try and keep those blocks, but all the rest of the stuff is good to go. I mean, I think what we'll do, assuming the county's okay, is I've moved the house about 30 feet over
Mhm.
if I rebuilt it. But,
Okay. So we wouldn't necessarily leave an excavation for the new foundation for you. We would just clean everything up, leave the vertical cuts in a stable
Yeah.
fashion, like
Yeah.
a 45-degree angle, essentially.
Yeah, because unless I can get a permit by then, but I doubt it.
Yeah, and I'd be curious to know, like, if the county would like us to do any kind of erosion control. You know, like at the very least, we might just put a silt fence along the bottom or a straw wattle, because obviously the drainage is going to flow this way for the stormwater and take any sediment and just kind of bring it downhill. But we could put a straw wattle just all along the lower edge, or just all along, go along the contour line of the property down low.
Yeah.
It looks like some wooden beams down there.
They were railroad ties that
Yep.
burned, they were even burning a week after.
Yeah, I bet.
Still smoking.
Amazing, huh?
Yeah.
And so, you know, this stuff could all stay theoretically, like this landscape coverage and whatnot, or
I think so. I mean, that means then somebody's got to go in and hand pick all that stuff. Right?
well, we can do that. I mean, we can go in and pick that stuff out.
Yeah, if we can leave some of that, that's fine. This retaining wall is going to stay. Hopefully I can power wash some of that stuff out.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the fence at various points. I mean, if you want us to just leave it there for now, it's kind of creating a barrier.
Yeah,
so
leave it there for now. Cause
yeah,
because it's hard to get that damn chain link, 6-foot chain link. So
yeah, and then all this stuff.
all that.
Some of this little fireplace here is
All this.
a little worse for the wear, huh?
Because,
This here.
I don't know. I mean, this got to go because it's discolored.
Mm-hmm. So rip up this stuff. Probably just take the whole thing then.
Yeah.
You gotta turn on the water. That's not gonna bother you guys at all, is it?
As long as it doesn't spray it around, yeah.
I don't know. But
Okay.
I gotta flush the meters, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and turn it on, and then we can see what's going on. All right. It looks like your septic could use
Yeah.
some new lids and risers potentially.
Gotta have somebody come out and look at it and see. It's structurally sound or not because the cash melted and
Yeah, I mean the tank should be fine.
yeah.
Would need to put new risers and lids there for you.
Sure.
we'd probably go ahead and pump them out
Yeah.
and drain them, so we can work that in
Sure.
into the proposal as well.
Okay.
And I'm gonna guesstimate somewhere around I'm thinking between 20 and 30 dump trucks.
Okay.
And a decent amount of concrete. So I think the concrete is gonna be less expensive to dispose of than the ash and wood and kind of the mixed bag stuff, because there's really no. And then the trees as well. Maybe I wasn't considering the trees. Let's see. It's gonna be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 trees and some metal. So what's the address here again, Todd?
7415 Panorama.
7415 Panorama Drive. And then this neighbor he's on his own.
Yeah. I mean, I could reach out to him. I've got his number and all that. He's older. And, I would imagine he's just going to be fine with just letting FEMA do
Yeah, just taking his sweet time and
it. Yeah, he's not going to rebuild. So.
yeah. Oh, he's not. Okay.
He's 85. He doesn't have time. He said he'd never get it done in his lifespan.
Okay, you talked
That's
to
what
him.
he told me last night.
I gotcha. To hell with it.
Yeah. See, if I had money, I'd buy his lot.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna be busy doing my own.
Yeah.
Paying for my own.
So XL Energy came through and decommissioned.
This had a backhoe or something they dug up.
Yeah, the gas lines here. So they've shut down the gas for everywhere that's
Yeah.
getting cleaned up. The circle drive is nice. We'll try to keep that intact.
And the asphalt. That's what I was gonna say. If we could keep the asphalt.
Yeah, and then we'll try to keep the asphalt as well. I think that's possible. Should be able to back the dump truck all the way down in there.
Okay.
And we got
Really, any of this, the driveway, the aprons here can go.
okay. These can
The
go.
sidewalk can go because it's already shit. What do you call it?
Damaged.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, it's already weathered and old. Anyway.
No, it was brand new.
Oh,
But
okay.
it popped with the heat, I guess.
I see. Yeah.
There's a word for it. I forget what it's called. Yeah. Yep.
All right. Well, this is good.
know.
I got some good. We'll keep the curbing for now.
Yeah.
Todd may change his mind later, and that's
Yeah.
okay. Alrighty, and the cobbles and the gravel. You want to leave that there for now?
Yeah.
We'll have some pock marks by removing those trees. Although we could just cut them off at the stump and leave them in the ground, or we can pull the whole stump ball out of
Let's pull it out.
the. Okay.
Um,
Maybe
'cause
plant something else
I
there.
left a couple before, and I kicked myself. for
Yeah,
doing
I
that.
shouldn't have done that. Yeah.
'Cause
Okay.
It's a pain in the ass to remove when there's
Yep.
when they cut.
Alrighty. This looks like standing current swimming pool. cupola. This will all get disposed of. All this flat work looks fine. So we have a decent amount of debris here. There's another car, some glass. All this will need to get scooped up.
Wrap them, let them down.
Yeah.
But they would haul it and dump it. And then
So-
they come back, so you have to get stuff to wrap it all.
So I'm just trying to capture notes and video.
Goes up here too.
Yeah. Well, I think the septics are fine.
Well, we'll see. No, not they're outdated.
Yeah, if they need to get this need to get some screw-on
This
lids.
guy wants me to go give him a price right now. He called me this afternoon and wants me to give him a price to do his house. He says, my septic field was put in 25 years ago. All the new regulations are going to want me to put a new septic field in.
Yeah.
These are the old round tanks. I'm sure this is outdated.
Yeah, that might be true. That septic tank may need to be updated.
The ground got hot enough too. It could make that concrete soft underneath the ground.
All this probably need about 6 inches of topsoil removal off of here. It's a ton of steel. These steel beams will need to get cut down into manageable lengths, and
You also have to keep in mind that the utilities are still live to a certain point to the road.
yeah, XL decommissioned all these gas lines already. They came through here and they dug these up and tapped them off.
But behind that it's still live.
Yeah.
So you got to keep all utilities intact.
So this is probably 50 dump trucks, 50 loads, I'm gonna guesstimate. I think this is about 50 loads.
Tractor trailer?
Dump trucks.
I would say even tractor trailer. You can't fill up over the top and some of it's so bulk and bulgy.
Yeah,
I just did that hotel. We did
50.
70 loads out of the hotel in lines. And they're just the same size as these houses.
Yeah, but they're before it burned down. There's
Yeah.
less volume here
Yep.
and a lot of steel.
All the ash and everything needs to be wet.
Yeah, everything needs to get wetted down, so we're gonna have a water truck here on site.
Yep.
Unless there's water supply that can be relied
Everybody needs
upon.
full suits, gloves, hats, mouth, and full breathers.
So do you want to go talk to that other guy, or
Sure.
you're gonna go ahead?
Yeah, I'm just.
We did a lot of this landscaping on this house here, and we did the driveway, we did the culvert. The culvert got totally incinerated. We did a whole bunch of rock work in the back down
The
below.
house you and I did down here for that one guy. We were working for me years ago.
Dave, that guy that did
Dave,
Mike.
yeah.
So this is, yeah, no, you're doing good. This is for Alan and Aaron. This is 7444 Panorama Drive. And they're gonna probably do a redesign on their build. So we'll wait for them to see if they can give us a foundation plan. But this is all gonna
Super fast.
come out really quick and easy because the cinder block will just come right out, no problem. There's some metal in here. This is, yeah, there's a decent number of trees here to remove. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, some bushes, 7, and then these two we're gonna get an arborist to look at. I think maybe this first one looks like it might not make it, but I think that last one will probably make it. You know, you got forest fires in the forest and whatnot. And yeah, that's they also want the septic done. So I exchanged phone numbers with Alan and Aaron, and we'll talk to them about having their septic rebuilt. And these shrubs here would come out on the side, as well as these fencing. Maybe we put in an extension on the culvert and some VTC so that we can back tractor trailers into here. And all these railroad ties along here and along there. So yeah, that's a good one. I think that's probably about 20 dump trucks 20 tractor trailers. I was thinking dump trucks, and Jeremy's saying tractor trailers, which I agree with because we got good access in here. This is not the mountains in Big Springs.
He's got so much more space for trees.
This one we're gonna do, and the next one. So, oh wait, I didn't shoot a video. This is a 7351 Panorama Drive. Jeremy and I are estimating about 5 tractor trailers on this one, and 3 to 5 really. And I think all these trees are still good. I think the driveway is still good. Boulders and rocks are still good, just mostly just the concrete on this one. This one is probably the easiest and quickest. Look who came and found me. My good friend Jeremy. Helped me make some sales. It was cool.